Hey, this is Justin with Define Audio Video again. We're doing, I know, believe it or not, actually putting something together this time. Typically, we're pulling stuff apart. We got our friends at Jail Audio sent out this back the F1112 or 112 amp board for the repair. So we're just going to put him back together. Typically goes back in the same way it came out, but just wanted to kind of go an overview. So when they ship this to you, this harness will come with it. This is the original harness. And if you don't remember from the last video, you'll see a white wire and a blue wire. The white wire is the positive lead, blue is negative. So anytime in the AV world, when you have, say you have a red and a black and then a white and a green, the white was the same wire as the red. If it's wired correctly, you always want to go double check your work. But in the AV world and speaker world, white will be positive, blue will be negative, or black will be negative, or green will be negative, depending on whether they got froggy and what type of thing they're using. Okay, so this is one of those. I would say you want to bring a buddy with you to help you. This is a very heavy subwoofer. The amp board is also very heavy, so you want to make sure you don't want to damage it while putting it back together. It's not anything, again, nothing's impossible, but it's one of those things where because it's heavy, it gets a little bit awkward trying to move it around. And I may have halfway into it, may have Tony set the camera down at some point to do it. So pretty simple stuff. Two harnesses up here with a ground. You've got your main harness, notice white and blue, with a ground, and then your standard harness that's internally in there. So what I like to do, get yourself a moving blanket, set it down. It's not gonna hurt anything, won't hurt your countertop. My job is to keep me alive and you married when you try to do things yourself. And if you don't have anybody that you're married to, then don't worry about it. So, all right, so let's throw this one together here. This is your main harness here. Just make sure it's a good tight fit. Make sure your clips are snapped in really, really good. And then you want to take your ground wire and snap this one back on. You may actually have to pull a pair of pliers to do this. We're gonna try to do it without. Nope, all right, went back on. So the thing about putting together subwoofers is you wanna make sure everything's good and tight, because subwoofers are pressurized, low frequency causes things to rattle, and if you don't have things kind of pushed in the way and tightened down, then you will notice a rattle as you put it back together, which is not fun. So, all right, so we're gonna turn this around here. Tony's gonna do his best to try to keep my ugly face out of the video. That was a little funny, I mean, come on now. All right, so again, look at the clip side, make sure the clip snaps in. So that's the tab on the top, that's the part the clip snaps into. Boom, here's snap. Always give it a good tug once you've got it snapped in, or you think you have it snapped in. Give it a good tug back. Yep, locked into place, good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and do some of these good friend Velcro straps in here. Again, I am not using the buddy system, even though this thing will give you a hernia. No, it's not that heavy, folks. It's just awkward. It's just really big. It actually is heavy, I lied. I'm just being a baby. All right, I'm gonna strap this in. Make sure all this good old cotton batting. Reason why they do the cotton batting is because guess what? It's not gonna rattle if it's close to something. Other thing you wanna double check, make sure these connections here are good and tight. These connections will sit all the way inside to the insulation. So you do not want it sticking up even the slightest. You just wanna make sure it goes all the way down to where the rubber part of the wire goes directly onto that connector. Again, you'd want everything to be tight so it does not rattle. Okay, so now we're gonna turn this amp over here, around. And this is where it gets tricky because they made this one really short. Thank you, Tony. And we're gonna lock this joker in place here. Oh, nope. Look for the tab, there we go. And give it a good tug. Lock this guy in place, flip it around. Again, tab to tab, there'll be a little notch here, you got a tab on the top. Yep, good and snapped. All right. One more ground wire. Yep, good and tight, good and tight. Okay, so this is a good time to check all your final connections, make sure everything is, all your Velcro is strapped in, all your batten is good. This guy needs to be strapped in. Extreme close up, all right. I saw you move it back. For those of you that don't know what Wayne's World is, I feel sorry for your generation. Okay, maybe you feel sorry for our generation, I don't know. Okay, so now we are going to gently set this guy in place. Yeah, 1 second, let me turn him around. Okay, alrighty. Everybody's wrapped up here. All these is good and tight. Nothing's touching the driver on the back side. Okay. Yes, that is the twist method. And we are going to gently try to seat this in here. Tony, what I'm gonna have you do, there you go, thank you. You already saw it. Alrighty. One more time and see if it's getting caught up somewhere.
I think it's getting caught up on that bottom one down there.
I think it is. Well, no, it could be that. See how this is kind of a twisty, turny thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just do that again. So even we're not perfect while putting it together. So I think it's because I had it upside downy. I was testing you. Okay, there we go. So let's see here. Looks like we got some kind of twisty stuff going on over here. All right, now. Next time I'll hold the camera and make you hold this heavy thing. All right, we're gonna go in here. All right. Now, I'm gonna rewrap this guy right here. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's kind of push these down here to the sides and push here. I think we'll be okay now. Let's give her another go. Oh, okay, we're caught right there. Everything is out of the way here. Seeing anything, we might actually have to turn this guy up on its side. I don't think so though.
Braided cable there. I think that's part of your problem also on the right hand side.
Yeah, let's push it back just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Nope. Yep, right there. Whew. Okay. Never said it was easy. All right. Now, what we're going to do is put it all back together. With a little bit of a circus act there. What you want to do, anytime you use a screw gun when putting something like this together, notice that clutch is on high. Lower this joker all the way down. There's no reason to have it on high. We're not hanging TVs here. We're just screwing something back in. So you do not have to put the power of King Kong back in it when putting it together. Okay, Tony, what I'm gonna have you do is put a little, put a little bit of pressure with this, with your right hand. There you go, on the bottom of it. And then we're gonna start some of these screws. There you go. So remember, we're just screwing into wood here. And we almost had to pry this thing apart when we first took the thing apart. So what you want to do is kind of get everything started before you go bottom anything out, because all you want this thing to do is grip and drop your screws on the floor. No, you just want to grip it. You just want it to grip a little bit on the top and the bottom, guys, is all. Again, there's really no easy way to do it. It's always going to be awkward when you're doing it. And the reason why is because it's heavy, for one, and it wants to always pop out of the joint there. So do not lay this subwoofer on its face. You will damage your driver. So you have to do it this way. Again, if you have to call a buddy, make sure you buy him a case of beer first, because it's heavy, or make sure to have a chiropractor on tap when you're pulling such things apart. So with that being said, definitely not the easiest subwoofer we pulled apart. Not the hardest either. The 113 or the double stack F112 is way harder than this one. However, it is good fun once it's working and happy. So our good friends at JL Audio, they will actually repair these in-house. If you have your subwoofer box and you decide you want to ship the whole thing to them, feel free to do so. It's not cheap to do it that way. They will repair it and send it to your local JL Audio dealer, where you can put these guys together. Notice the clutch. Yep, I got one more to put on the very top and then one more to put over here. So really, it's just wood screws that holds this thing together. There's really not any giant Allens or machine screws or anything like that. And we got one more at the bottom, and I think we're good to go. So again, replace the wood screws. When you're first starting it, you want to start it at the top, start it at the bottom, and then once you start it at the top and the bottom, have a good one, call one of your good buddies, have them hold it in as you're putting it in, because it's gonna, the reason why is there's a big copper wire at the top that's gonna want to kick out of that plate as you're tightening. So that's why you want to get the bottom started too. So with that being said, repair, JL Audio repair straight from the factory. Tony's gonna grab it in or zap the last one in. So where this guy wanted to kick out was at the top, where this copper batting was at the top, because it's really, most of the guts of the amplifier is going to sit up top. Just working in there, be patient with it, do not force it. And again, sometimes it's easy if you have a buddy with you that's gonna that can help, or an extra set of hands. good lighting. This actually is not the best lighting to work in, but you know, for some reason we like to sit in the dark all day long. So, but again, if you have any questions trying to pull your JL audio out, or your driver or anything like that, REL, SVS, no matter what sub it is, like or subscribe to us at Define Audio Video. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to us on Facebook at Define Audio Video, or on actually this YouTube post. We're happy to help you any way we can. If you just can't figure it out, come see us at the shop and we'll help you pull it apart. Sometimes people just need help pulling it apart and they want to do all the shipping and repairs and stuff. Again, good friends at JL are happy to do in-house repairs. You can actually buy a box from them. If you want to buy a box from them, they're happy to accommodate and do all that fun stuff. But JL Audio, Define Audio Video, like and subscribe if you need some help. Let us know. Happy to help. Have a great day.